beautiful aspect of retrograde planets. What is that aspect? That aspect is the internalized forces of the retrograde planets. The energy that retrograde planet expands is internalized. Huge amount of energy working its way into the psyche of the person. The retrograde planet is not external. The retrograde planet is not external as in the direct planet. It is not aggression. It is not challenge that the direct planet picks up, trying to prove itself. The retrograde planet works its energy within the psyche of a person, very much internalized. It at times keeps festering inside the person and can cause great damage if it is not properly channelized. How would you channelize that energy? How can you use this energy to a better use? Put this energy to a better use, you need to find an obsession. You need to find a hobby, you need to find a craft, you need to find a work that will be so absorbing in your life that it would take away all the energy of the retrograde planet, giving your life a direction and in turn causing internal harmony. It gives you an ability to be in your skin. The retrograde planet can cause a lot of imbalance in a person's psyche because it makes the person realize that there's something distinctly different for the person. How so is something that the person has to find out in his or her own. And not just in his or her own, it is sometimes left on many other devices, many other people to help them know what is different in them. But for us, we can have a look at the chart and know as to how this energy can be utilized. When we work on this energy, when we try to find something that attracts us or the person who has the retrograde energy into a bigger challenge, into a bigger direction, then this energy shows itself up in ways never dreamt of, as you will see in the case of Michelangelo. Michelangelo has Sagittarius Lagna. Saturn here is the second and the third lord. The second lord is administration. The second lord is morality. Morality here means the ability to be able to judge yourself, stand true to your convictions, and stand on your two own feet. Yes, it represents the second house, I know, but the ability to stand on your own convictions, the ability to face challenges in life with the aspect, knowing what your moral grounds are all about. The third house, in turn, is the hands. It's the courage. It's your ability to face the world and say, I dare. The eighth house, where his Saturn is placed, is the house of sudden transformation. It is the house of changes to no small extremes. Well, let's piece everything up together. How would you piece it? I would call it that Michelangelo, for the person that he was, the greatest sculptor and architect, and also the artist that we have ever known. And his beginnings were, if you go to Wikipedia, read about him, you would know that he was born to work with stones. His beginnings, his transformation of stones is unparalleled. Mere blocks of stones made into masterpieces. His hands actually carved them out, the pieces out of blocks of stones. And he was so engrossed in his art and sculpture that he lost all essence of time. This direction, this obsession, though may not have earned much in terms of monetary value for him, and even if it did not affect him. His obsession took up all the essence of his life and transformed him in turn into a bigger human being, a person who is known 550 years also after his death. Till now, there are very few sculptors or very few artists who can stand on a ground as tall and a pedestal as tall as that of Michelangelo. So it is his direction. Life gave him a direction, life gave him a choice, and he picked it up and he moved so much into it that he started living, eating, and breathing sculpture. his Vedic art. His paintings are something that we need to see. And once we have seen, we are enamored to no end by his paintings. So this is not just a single case of Michelangelo. I'll take you down further to an Indian called Abhinav Bindra. Bindra is a name to reckon with, at least in Indian shooting. He is the person who has got gold medal for the first time in Indian shooting and in India. He has an obsession, and that is shooting. Let us see why. The shooting is denoted by third house, and it is something that is done with the hands. Now, if you have a good look, you would see Mercury, an exalted Mercury at that, though albeit retrograde, he is placed in the third house of arms and ammunition, giving him a very strong backup. Mercury is also the 12th lord of prestige and honor from foreign lands. So this has given him a very strong obsession that has bought in gold for the country. Apart from that, though this is retrograde, and we will also be seeing certain effects of retrograde planets in the later series, I would like to tell you that he has very early in his career given up shooting. But he has not given up shooting in the sense that he has opened an academy of his own where he trains students. He has just given it up professionally doing or playing the game or the shooting. So his dedication, his obsession with the sport is such that he cannot let go of the sport. He would continue in one capacity or the other. In fact, he runs an institute wherein he gets those who are deserving to learn, to practice, and to move on to a different scale altogether. The third house is essentially arms. It has been supported by a fourth lord, though this lord is debilitated. Yes, it's Venus. Venus is the fourth lord of motherland, and though it is debilitated, so he could not continue for a very long time, even if he tried, but there is support. Saturn is his seventh lord of secondary career, and it is also supporting it. So we see that how direct planets have also helped him move ahead in his career. There's so much more on retrograde planets, and if you have appreciated this set of series, we will continue to bring more and more on retrograde planets. Stay tuned, stay happy. Bye for now.